Garrett Gooch and Austin Smith worked on the short film Trustworthy, another student film from the University of North Carolina School for the Arts. 8 films in the short film category, 1 more for animation. What the heck is going on in Winston-Salem?
It's quite a school. It's quite a school. We've got a lot of talented kids up there, and the faculty who nurtures us. I think more than a lot of other film schools, especially on the bachelor's level, which most of us are bachelor students. Austin was in the film music composition program, which was the only grad program at the film school. But most of us are at the bachelor level, and I think most bachelor level programs don't have as much hands-on experience as we do, nor do they have as much experience with people who work in the industry. I mean, my directing mentor was Peter Bogdanovich, who made classic films like
Yeah, there's a few of them out there.
Yeah.
Paper Moon and a few others.
So it's fantastic.
Nice. Now, you did the music for the film.
Yes.
You directed and wrote, based on a Dark Horse Comics piece of work.
Yes.
Interesting. They gave you the rights to use the story.
Yes.
Based on one of the pieces.
I had a screenwriter, Daniel Para, who found the material, and he approached the company and asked them if he could have the rights to do the story. And they were very cooperative. They were excited to see our students try and make a short film out of the work. So now Dark Horse owns the material, but they also kind of independently license it from the original author. So we also had to contact the author, Ken Lizzie, who's a writer living in Portland, and he was excited. He was all in for it.
It's a very Moorish, sort of pot boiler crime thing. Yeah, with the music is extremely important to it. It comes right in. It does play. You reference your fancy for Steven Soderbergh. It plays like a Soderbergh kind of influenced film, but I can see that the cutting. It's got a pace. Music was extremely important in this film. Tell me about it.
Well, as I was sitting in the theater, Garrett he had a temp score already on the film, and many of the cuts were designed around the tempos of the music. So I not only had to match the vibe of the film, the vibe of the music, I had to, in some cases, do an exact tempo map to go along with the cuts. And instead of going against that, I figured just completely go with the flow on that and imitate the music. Absolutely not verbatim, but just in those critical elements like tempo. It helps because the editing is so specific, so particularly done that you have to make the music work for those specific elements.
How would you describe the editing style?
Well, I'd say it is stylish.
I would too.
Editing is I think the process that makes filmmaking. I think a lot of my favorite films are films that are incredibly well edited. Once I come out of the theater and I say that's going to be an Oscar for best editing, sure enough they do. So I think that the story, whenever you film it, just kind of ends up dictating its own pace, and I think that's why they try to keep a lot of directors out of the editing, because some of them are too attached to their babies and they want them to be a very specific way. But I understand the editing medium in that you really do have to let the movie be what it's going to be and let it become the best thing that it can be. So we got in there and just started playing around with things. I mean, even the opening of Trustworthy, where you see him there and he sits there and he pulls the gun out and then the credits come up, that wasn't planned. That was something that once I started watching through the dailies and I saw the footage that I had, I saw that shot, and I went to my editor and I talked to him. I said, this would be a great way for the film. It wasn't in the script, and he was like, I'm all for it.
So some high-tech toys to play with.
Yes. So we shot this film on the Arri Alexa, which is one of the world's most foremost digital cameras, and I think a lot of the Oscar-nominated cinematographers have been using this camera in Hollywood. So we have a fantastic camera, a great editing setup, and a lot of talented guys.
Even though we're in the media room, you can hear the crowds going by and big reaction. How's the BIFF experience for you guys? Is this kind of what you expected, or?
I wasn't sure what to expect. This was my first time coming to Beaufort and to this film festival. And the thing that has been the most impressive to me is, like you said, the crowds, the audience, and their dedication to independent film. I mean, I've seen the same faces filling up the audience every day, and in the morning. A lot of the festivals I've been to, the screenings are in the evening at night. And I was like, oh, I don't know if we're going to be able to fill up auditorium at 9 o'clock in the morning. But the whole community's out here, and they've all been very supportive. I spoke to a lot of locals after the screenings, and they've all said, you know, we love you guys' work. Please come make a movie.
They got pretty specific. They grilled you about the music and asked some specific questions.
And I appreciate just the basic presentation of the whole festival. I think the way it's run and the way that the experience with the Q&A after each film, every film gets respect and is treated the way it should be, I think.
Thanks, guys. Find out more about Trustworthy at BufordFilmFestival.com.